Joyce Erb from paperfinesse.com, guest designer for Cut at Home. We'll be looking at products today from Spellbinders. We'll be finishing the card that I used the Milan die in the last video, and I'll be using some new dies. But first I'm putting on this poinsettia that I made using the Heartfelt Creations poinsettia flower and cut. And these are the new dies I'm using. The top one is a Die Delight Jolly Holly, and the bottom one is another Die Delights from Spellbinders called Twinkle Lights. And on these leaves, I embossed them, cut and embossed, and I'm adding it to my flower. The die set that I've got for the poinsettias from Heartfelt, I didn't get the one with the leaves, so I'm using this one. I have a sentiment that I cut and mounted on some gold paper, some gold mirror paper. And then I just showed that it's got the berries with the set that I'm not using. And I cut a whole bunch of twinkle lights in different colors, and I'm going to use my katana pickup tool to place them. I'm just showing you how I'm going to use it. But off camera, I will actually glue them all on. And after trying to figure out where I wanted to place it, I decided to cut a second one. So I do cut a second one. And I'll tuck some under the corners. And I will remove that extra light there in the middle. These are just the extra dies that I cut. When I'm cutting flowers, I make sure I cut extras. And here it is all glued back together. Here's another new die set. These are Christmas tags, and this is also Spellbinders. And this one's got 4 different shaped tags, and then it's got the centers that you can mix and match that emboss. It's got a little bow, and it's got a cutout Christmas tree, and it's got an embossed Christmas tree. And I just did some quick tags here to show you what they look like. Nothing fancy. I didn't decorate them or anything. I just basically cut and embossed, showing that you can layer behind the cutout if you like. It's got that tiny star. And here you can't see the embossing very well. So I came back and added some white ink just to help bring out that embossing a bit. It's got a separate Christmas tree cutout that I keep. And all I did for the sponging was take my Tim Holtz tool and lightly sponge over the words. Next, I'm doing another version of the Gatefold, Venetian Gatefold dies that I did in the last video. And I'm showing you I used my score buddy, and I'm scoring at 2 1/4. I have a hard time holding the tool in the proper position and getting it with the bone folder, so the little stylus is a little bit easier. Now I'm doing this at 2 1/8 on each side, and you fold on the side that you put the score. So then I will fold it and then use the bone folder to crease it. And I crease on both sides to get it good and tight. Why I'm doing another version is, in the last video I took the die and I completely cut it out and glued it on the front. And I knew that there had to be another way, because on this die there's one portion that does not cut. And I'll show that to you here in a moment. See, that side cuts, and right there, that little section doesn't cut. So what I did is I placed it upside down, and I put the side that doesn't cut right along the fold. And how I lined it up was on that right-hand side, I wedged the paper up against the cutting line on the right. And then I will tape this in so it doesn't move on me when I put it through the vagabond. And I do that for the other side as well. I flip it over for the next side, and I'm actually lining this edge up with the fold line. And along the bottom edge. And then I'll hold it carefully, flip it over, and quickly put on some tape. Now I've run it through my vagabond. Here I'm prying off my tape. I ran it through a couple times, so this tape is sticking pretty hard. So I end up taking the Spellbinders tool and lifting it up off the die, which made it easier to pull the tape off. Poke out a few pieces. Cuts really well. This is pretty heavy cardstock. This is Gina K Pure Luxury, and it's 80 pound, and it's pretty firm. Now these gates have a small line there to crease it, so I give it a lot of pressure. I end up actually putting this under some heavy books to get it nice and flat. So this version of the card is totally different where you can see through the gates. I like it. I'm going to place a piece of paper from the Peacock Paisley Paper Collection by Heartfelt Creations, and I adhered a piece of sheer organza ribbon to the back. And for the closure on this one, I used those two little diamonds out of the gate. There were the little scraps, and I glued them together to make a stronger closure. And I attached a little rhinestone from my stash. I've had it forever. And I'm using these little 1/2-inch clear Velcro fasteners. They're pretty cool. I used my Teflon coated cutter beads to take them off. They're really sticky. And cutter bead scissors come in Teflon and regular. And so I put it on, and I've got both pieces on there. I've got the, well, here I'm putting on the sticky side for the ribbon. And I'm using my scissors to place it because they stick to my nails pretty bad. It won't let my finger go. They are really sticky. Let go. And then I'm going to close the card so I get perfect placement of the Velcro on top of the ribbon. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed today's projects and have fun shopping for new dies. The list of products and written instructions is at the Cut at Home blog. The featured products we used today was Spellbinders Die Delights, Twinkle Lights, and also Jolly Holly Christmas, as well as the Christmas tags. We also used the Venetian Gatefold Spellbinder die. Don't forget to subscribe to Cut at Home, YouTube, and blog, and also to Paper Finesse. Have a great day.